You're watching Escape Adulthood Live, your number one source for long-lasting, fast-acting, physician-approved adultitis relief.
On this episode, we're talking about ice cream sandwiches, clothesline art, and the real reason for Stonehenge.
Greetings and salutations, everyone. This episode is brought to you by people like Nicole Herda, Jen DeRitter, and Tracy Miller. Their membership in the Wonder and Whimsy Society supports us in this work to fight adultitis. Thank you.
Yes, and if you'd like to annihilate the adultitis in your life, easy for me to say, learn about the Wonder and Whimsy Society, or be the first to know about our offerings, become an insider at escapeadulthood.com/subscribe. Happy
Indeed.
Wednesday, everybody.
Yes. How is everyone doing? It looks like we asked, what is your favorite tourist attraction that you've ever seen in person? And
There's
we've got some good ones coming in here.
Tracy, Ireland, Dunn's River Falls, Cliffs of Moher.
You got it.
Yes, I will
The
go
Louvre.
there.
The Louvre. Did you see
How cool
the
is
Mona
that?
Lisa, Martha? I believe that's where Mona Lisa is at the
Which, by the
Louvre.
way, does everyone know how small the Mona Lisa is, or is it
This big.
No, it's a postage stamp. No, but that is the
No, but it
first
is a
time.
pretty small painting.
I know, you really do assume that it's at least like 11.5 by 14, but no, it's kind of smaller, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting.
Oh, it's like-
Niagara, yes, Mary, it's so cool, right?
It's good. Megan's Bay and St. Thomas.
Ooh, that sounds
Interesting.
amazing. Anything?
Ooh, here's
with
a fun one.
Saint
Salmon Run
Ooh.
in Alaska.
Oh, that would be
That's
awesome.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Martha says yes. She's
she
answering
did
my
say
question
okay.
about Mona Lisa.
I was like,
yes.
wait, what did we ask her?
Yes.
Oh,
That's good. That's a
that'd
good
be
question to
awesome.
answer anytime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, Tracy saw Stonehenge.
Really?
Pretty epic, but the day I
Oh.
discovered Stonehenge, I was excited about the sheep close by. Come for
Tracy,
Stonehenge,
we
stay
should
for the
travel
sheep.
together. Tracy and I would be good travel buddies, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be good. Well, yeah, we are. Don't
We got
mind me, I'm just
travel.
eating.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, you should have a ice cream sandwich tonight. He's like, done,
Well-
As the kids know, the kids are watching live tonight. Hey guys, any excuse for dad to eat an ice cream sandwich, period.
Not going to turn it down.
How many did you make while painting this painting? That's what we all want to know.
Mm.
And who owns the original, by the way?
We do.
We do?
It's in our bedroom. Come on. Jeez. You should go there someday.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot of art up in the house. So,
Terrible.
Megan, you're going to have to come over and see all the art one of these days. It is,
This is
isn't
what
it?
I'll give you a break because we've been busy preparing for our big talk at Caesar's Palace
The brain's
in Las
a little
Vegas.
scattered, isn't it?
We're kicking off the National Speakers Association annual conference, which is an enormous honor and very nerve-wracking because you're up in front of your peers, you're up in front of Hall of Famers, and no biggie.
Kara,
no
are
biggie.
you on here? Kara?
Everyone is silently judging you.
Kara used to be in charge of this event, so she knows the pressure.
Yeah, and part of what makes it exceptionally challenging is we're taking the show to Caesar's Palace. We are doing a version of this without all of our comfortable surroundings and
without ice cream sandwiches.
there's a million different ways it could mess up badly.
And I'm going to be wearing heels that are like this big, you guys.
And I'm going to be wearing heels this big.
It is Vegas, after all.
And a big Elvis wig.
I wish.
No, but we are excited about it, and it's what's also weird about it is I don't usually practice my talks. Practice. We're talking about practice. Some of you
If
know
anyone
that
knows that, we actually watched that last night. So, yeah.
the Allen Iverson interview. Yes, we did.
We
actually,
did.
yes.
You showed me it.
It was referenced in Ted Lasso, so I had to show her the original Allen Iverson interview, which maybe no one
And if you've
really
heard
knows.
about Ted Lasso and you're like, oh, should I watch that? Yes, you should.
Yeah, you should.
It is
It's really,
amazing.
we're on our second way through.
Yeah.
Anywho, it's really rare for me to practice my talk, and I think that's making it worse.
Yeah.
Because it gets up in my head.
To.
Well, but you have to. You can't just
listen.
I mean, I did for the TED Talk, and that went okay. But it's just out of it. I just have to go practice.
Oh, Martha,
hard.
I know, right? Isn't Ted Lasso like the best character ever? And the second season starts in like 2 weeks. That's why we're watching it for round 2 here to get going on.
It's a perfect, perfect show for the pandemic because he's such an optimistic character that the whole series just kind of warms your heart.
What's his real name?
Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah, so super famous SNL guy, but we'd heard about it, and it's like, I don't know. I mean, honestly, it's about soccer, so I'm like, no interest at all. No offense, soccer lovers, but
football. Football is life.
Football. It has turned me into a soccer fan. So
I like this question from Al. She wants to know if there will be special effects and more cowbell.
That's a very good question. No, but there will be Funko Pops. We
there
are
will
literally
be,
packing Funko Pops.
There will be Funko Pops. There will be a mention of Ron Swanson multiple times.
And there will be our sound effects. We're going to bring these guys, right? With our sound effects?
Yes, we are. We're going to bring as many things as we can that could break things, that we could mess up. The more moving parts, the better, I always say.
All right.
Thank you, Paul. Yes, we are very excited about it. And so...
Special shout out tonight for our Rachel girl here on tonight. Thanks for making it tonight. Rachel's had a rough week, and we won't go into the details, but we are just thinking about you, and we're glad you're here, and just know that we just haven't stopped thinking about you.
And we are going to dock your pay for missing staff meetings.
What a jerk, huh? The fight of the buttons.
Fighting buttons. Rachel knows all about that. So we are our hearts are heavy and go out to you and your kiddos and So what was I going to say? Oh yeah. So because of all of the upcoming travels we have, next week's show may be weird and different. I'm not sure if
we may do it live from the car. It just depends on our flight times. If anyone else has got flights going, you'll realize that they just change the flight times whenever they want now because they got to fill these planes. And so our flight changed and it kind of pushed our evening back. So we will either come live from an airport or we'll have Jenna go live and tell you what the timing will be. So
something.
We'll do something. We'll figure it out.
There won't be ice cream sandwiches, most likely. So Kara says, more weird and different than usual? Yeah, believe it or not, I think it may actually be that we're saving up the weird for that. So, but you know what, Kim? I have some news.
All right.
that I need to share with you. So let's get into it.
That's good news. Serious. That's such a serious transition.
Well, it's news. As we all know, news is news. Actually, most days it's not at all.
No.
But this is Adultitis free news. This is a different kind of news, and it's been a long time since I've been able to do this.
I know, you like doing that.
I thought it would be interesting to dig up a few Stonehenge stories. Who knew that there's news?
Okay.
News about Stonehenge, which is how many centuries and millennia old. Okay, so here's the question. What did Stonehenge sound like? It's an interesting question.
I don't even know.
I don't even know what it means.
How to joke about that.
Well, obviously we all know Stonehenge is very mysterious. They don't know who made it or why. But they learned new stuff about it, believe it or not. So a team of researchers made a breakthrough about the monument's acoustical wonders. So here's the thing. Despite the lack of a roof, the research team has found the original circle of 157 standing stones, only 63 complete ones are remaining today, once acted like a sound chamber. For people in the inner sanctum 4,000 years ago, the placement of stones would have been amplified and enhanced human voices and music in a way that must have been spellbinding. If you were outside the circle, though, the sounds were muffled and indistinct. This finding has added credence to the growing consensus that rituals at Stonehenge were for a small elite.
Interesting.
So they actually made a scaled-down model and did all kinds of science-y things, which, we love here. And they experimented with microphones and speakers, and they basically found out that they expected that the sound would go up and they'd lose it, But actually, the thousands upon thousands of reflections of sound waves bounced around horizontally, producing 4 decibels of amplification. So pretty loud.
4 high?
Yes.
Okay.
Compared to just because of these stone waves,
Okay.
right? So they said it's sort of like comparing it to singing outside and then singing in a tiled bathroom.
Oh, wow.
You know how your voice sounds better, so it's like amplifying. So I think it says they were singing "Don't Stop Believin'" in there, and that's that may or may not have made the story. Trying to keep you awake here. So anyway, so they basically found out that there's this amazing sound quality happening on the inside, but if you're on the outside, you're kind of out of the loop.
How many people could fit on the inside?
I don't know. You always ask me questions that are not in the article. So,
how many do you think could fit based on the other information you know?
17,000 people.
No, because it's like 60-some stones.
We need to ask Tracy how many sheep does she think would fit in the middle
of Stonehenge.
It's sort of like the Tootsie Pop. How many licks does it get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? How many sheep fit in the center of Stonehenge?
Mm-hmm. Whoa, what is Martha telling us here?
Okay. My husband organized building a Stonehenge replica using refrigerator boxes, with his college housemates. So bummed there are no photos of that.
Oh, that is amazing. Only in college would you have enough time for your life to do that.
Awesome. Let's see. Ella says it was an acoustica singing pattern. I passed the level just in case you were wondering. Oh, she said if you play The Breath of the Wild, Zelda, they had a task similar to these findings.
Huh. Interesting.
And Tracy confirms 302 sheep plus a few babies inside Stonehenge.
Wow, that's
what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for that. Hard-hitting research,
have to be a
Tracy.
Business
Appreciate
trip
that.
To go and do a little bit more findings.
It's nice. We just bring facts. That's all we're about. We're just bringing facts. We're bringing you information. So you leave tonight less informed than you ever were. Could be possible. All right. Now, here, we're going to do something else different. I got another story here. All right. Take a look at this.
Oh, we're in a little...
What do you see here?
I see like a tusk, or I see like an elephant with a tusk. Is that like a woolly mammoth or something? Or...
Look at you. It's almost... People are not going to believe you didn't know anything about this. So here's the next news story. Mm-hmm. This is from Thumbwind, which is a Michigan blog website, I believe. Is there a version of Stonehenge in Lake Michigan?
What?
That's the question. Now, here's what I love. This was published on June 25th, 2021. That's this year.
Oh, my goodness.
But this is a story about something that happened in 2007. They're just words getting out. Word is it's
like
viral.
20 years ago was 2007.
So in 2007, Lucy was not even born yet.
Yeah.
Like a professor, Mark Holly, a professor of underwater archaeology at Northwestern Michigan College in Traverse City, discovered a series of stones. Some of them arranged in a circle, one of which seemed to show an outline carving of a mastodon. Mastodons died out almost 10,000 years ago, in case you didn't know. You're still wondering if they wandered around.
Okay.
The ancient formation is located in an undisclosed location 40 feet beneath the surface waters of Lake Michigan. If verified, the carvings could be as much as 10,000 years old, coincident with the post-Ice Age presence of both humans and mastodons in the upper Midwest.
Whoa.
The archaeologists were actually hired to look for lost shipwrecks, and they found this assemblage of stones, and one of them has been viewed as one of the most incredible archaeological discoveries in decades. So this boulder is about 4 feet high, 5 feet long, and this picture looks like it's a mastodon with a hump, head, trunk, tusk, triangular shaped ear, parts of legs. There is some doubt about whether or not that's really a mastodon. I mean, what else would it be? I mean, they kind of make a claim that it could just be like random lines, which...
Look at it.
I mean, we love playing.
Look at the tusk.
Look at the clouds and see what
I know.
you see. But
Look
this
at the
is
ears. I mean, even the placement of the eyes.
I almost
perfect.
feel like it's a practical joke more than it's not legit. So they and then they said the supposed mastodon image hasn't been analyzed to prove whether it's a carving or a natural feature of the rock. Which, I mean, hey, you get pictures of hearts in nature that are frankly amazing how that turns out, but I've never seen
this is pretty specific.
A rock with a carving. Now, it is worth pointing out that Michigan has several petroglyphs, stone circles, and unusual sanding stones. So this is not that unusual for Michigan. And then I love this little detail here. It said earlier about how the formation is located in an undisclosed location. Okay. And then at the very end, it says the Great Lakes Stonehenge, which now they're calling it that, right? It's the Great Lakes Stonehenge. Requires a boat and diving gear to see. You think?
Yeah, you would think so. Think? How many feet?
But we don't know where. But you need a boat and you need diving gear, but we cannot tell you where it is. So what do you think about that?
Why in the world was this just published, even though this is like a finding from 14 years ago? Was there like some new information or something? No.
I don't know. I don't know if we've gotten any closer to the truth. But apparently, we're not that far from an underwater Stonehenge, which
maybe it's
pretty sweet.
Who knows? I mean, well, they keep identifying it with Michigan, so it's closer to
it's by Traverse City, I think.
Which it sounds like Martha's going to be there. She's going to check it out for us, come back with some information, maybe do a little book report kind of style. We appreciate that.
Yeah, we have already we have roving reporters on the scene. We're going to check this out. I'm sure Martha's going to bring her scuba gear and take a dive.
Right.
Find out.
I mean, if there's anyone in the Wonder Whimsy Society who's willing to do that, I would think Martha would be first in line.
She's on it.
Assigned. Consider this your assignment. We will check back in with you after your trip.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Well, if you want more of this amazingness for your clients, boy, do we have a deal for you.
Sweet.
Now, we put together a series of what we call adultitis interventions, and it is to help businesses, organizations, teams basically prevent adultitis. Helps them be more innovative, more creative, more resilient, deal with any problems of burnout or avoiding burnout, things like that. And it's a pretty cool little resource we have for you.
It definitely falls under wellness, under self-care, under engagement. So if these are any of the buzzwords that are flying around in any sort of circles that you run around in, let me know. I would be happy to share more detailed information. But we do have adultitis.com/adult or escapeadulthood.com/adultitis interventions. By the way,
come up with a better URL.
People are always really long. I know. People are always like, "Oh, how do you spell adultitis?" Here's the trick: adult. Itis is the swelling of like arthritis, right? So it's ITIS at the end for those of you who have a challenge with that. So whenever we're giving that out and you're like, oh no, I have to spell adultitis, it's really actually very easy. And adultitis literally means the swelling of the adult.
Yeah.
So
that's what it is.
Very easy to
remember. I think our next URL is going to be escapeadulthood.com/supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Find out more.
Which is in our speaking proposals, by the way. That word does
That
exist
word is in our contract.
Yes.
It is indeed.
As you would imagine, right?
So, if you'd like to know more about that, there are a series of, they're like 5 to 7 minutes. They're great for team bonding. There's discussion questions in each one and good food for thought.
Team bonding. That's an interesting marriage of thought. Did you mean team building or bonding?
Well, if you build a team, then you need to bond them together.
Yeah, that's good.
Like bonding.
Kind of like Stonehenge.
Yeah. There's no ropes course involved, but
Next best thing.
the next best thing.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
I remember the painting critiques back in art school. After spending several weeks working on our masterpieces, we'd all sit in a circle and explain what our paintings were about. Someone would inevitably say their piece was a postmodern reaction to the psychological impact of the Industrial Revolution, which caused existential dread. To me, it looked like a canvas with some paint sloppily applied. It did seem like the students who were better at making serious art got better grades, or perhaps they were just better at explaining why their art was serious. Perhaps this is why, after making this painting of Stonehenge constructed with ice cream sandwiches, I feel obliged to explain why. Now, there are many theories about what Stonehenge is, who built it, when it was built, what purpose it served. Many theories, but nobody knows for sure. Of course, someone put it there. Someone had a reason for it. Most theories assume that it served some sort of serious purpose concerning astrological events or burial rituals. But maybe it was simply a good challenge that helped pass the time because nobody had invented cable yet. Maybe it was a primitive tourist attraction. Maybe it was just for fun. People flock to Stonehenge not because they know what purpose it served, but because of the mystery. And mystery's fun. Plus, Stonehenge looks cool, which is also fun. Whimsy and fun are often seen as extras, non-essential, but fun is its own reason for being. Imagine having the opportunity to jump into a pool of noodles. No child would ever wait until they could answer the question, what purpose does this serve? People with adultitis need data and statistics before they can justify having fun. Reasons can be fun, but if you ask, you can find them. But if you ask me, they're all common sense. Employees who are having fun are happier and do better work. Customers who are having fun spend more money. Leaders who are having fun attract more followers. These are theories that explain why we should take fun seriously. But why not have fun? Simply because it's fun. We are constantly in the pursuit of happiness. I don't know about you, but I have never seen someone having fun who is unhappy. Do we really need data to prove that a life filled with fun is better than one that isn't? Why did those ancient people build Stonehenge? I don't know. Why did I paint Stonehenge made out of ice cream sandwiches? Because I thought it would be fun. Sometimes that's the only reason you need.
We don't totally have some takers here for the pool of noodles.
Yes.
So, yes. And
I know that's one of your... I don't know if that's a universal, like, I would love to jump in a pile of noodles. Or I've just been married to you for that long, I assume.
Well, I'd love to hear the comments on this. Is this a universally awesome, thing to anticipate that someday when you turn 80, if you haven't done it yet, you're going to, like, jump in a pool of noodles? Or at least climb in carefully so you don't get
careful. Or how about Jell-O? That would be
Jell-O would be awesome. These are definitely ideas for future Escape Adulthood summits and Wonder Whimsy meetups.
Kelsey wants to know if it pool noodles or real noodles.
Totally real noodles. Yeah, real
cooked.
I've already thought of the logistics
right?
of this.
I assume.
Oh, of course.
You silly.
You silly, Jerry. Definitely
One in a
cooked.
million, Doc.
It's like if you have we could do a whole show on this. So let me just table that. Put a pin in that one.
Put a pin in that?
Yeah.
Tune in next week for a show about pasta. And we'll tell you
the comments are
amazing things about Italy that are wrong. Yes, Patch Adams. That was
right?
a big. Is that where you got the idea from?
Yeah.
You were like, I want that.
Yeah.
Right.
I want that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kelsey's down for either the pool noodles
pool
or
noodles are fun too.
Regular noodles.
Definitely.
Yep.
Yeah. I've also seen the giant ball pits for grown-ups, which are pretty epic. But there's something about wet cooked noodles that I don't know if you can replicate that. That's going to be... Would you like to?
Sure.
Oh, no,
I would,
like
yeah.
excitement over this?
I'd be excited. Yeah, I'm not gonna go out of my way. Like,
I'm not buying that.
it's not on the top of my most amazing things I want to do list. So,
What is that?
I don't have the same enthusiasm as you, but I would partake.
You would partake
I would
willingly.
partake. Willingly, yeah.
In support of a passion that I have.
Yeah.
It'd be more for me.
Well, if you weren't there, I would
a
feel
funny
guilty doing it. I'll tell you that. Like, well, I better not. Kim's Kim's not here, so.
Because you wouldn't want to do it without me?
I wouldn't want to come home and be like, guess what I did
Oh,
today?
no, I think
I jumped into a pile of noodles.
Steven, what's the question? Yeah, this is odd, Steven. Would you or would you not want to jump in a pool of noodles and cooked noodles, real noodles, pasta, okay? Just pasta. Why not mud?
Well,
yeah, mud, that's a whole nother
before
question.
this completely goes off the rails, I think we need to keep the show moving, and let's draw. All right, we're not going to mess around tonight. It's obvious. We're drawing Stonehenge made of ice cream sandwiches.
You never tell us.
Because it's obvious.
It's always
We're
obvious,
doing
honey.
it. I know. It's more obvious than it's ever been. Okay. So what's kind of cool about this is very simple, very simple shapes added together to create a more complicated drawing that will impress your friends and enemies. So in the middle of the paper, by the way, if you've never joined us before, this is where we draw step by step. I show you how to draw something fun and silly. And today we're drawing Stonehenge made of ice cream sandwiches, because why not? So in the middle, we're going to draw some rectangles, 2 rectangles in the middle with rounded corners. All right. And of course, because these are old ice cream sandwiches, because Stonehenge is old, right? They don't have to be perfectly straight. Just basically like the shape of an iPhone. Maybe that's next week. We'll draw a Stonehenge made out of iPhones. All right. So we've got two rocks there, 2 ice cream sandwiches, I should say. Now this next one, we're going to draw rectangles on either side, but we're going to do some tilt to the top and the bottom to give the illusion. We really do need to get that sound effect, illusion, of foreshortening.
Oh, wait a second.
All right, watch. So I'm going to tilt it down that way, and then these keep straight up and down. And then same thing on this side. Tilt it down, and then tilt this one up. Okay?
Foreshortening?
Foreshortening.
Is that a term that most people know?
I don't know. It's what it looks like. When
That's like when you're doing like a house perspective, like a log
perspective,
cabin kind of thing. Okay.
All right. This is high-tech art. Most people don't know these terms
That's why I
banding
asked.
about.
I know.
Like
I want to be I'm like the liaison between
the interpreter
this
from the complicated
and everyone
technology
like,
and words. Very complicated words. All right. Let's move this along. Now we're going to draw another.
Helen says this kind of looks like creepy teeth to her.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Could be what you want it to be.
Was there a Play-Doh thing with teeth?
Yeah. Can you?
Yeah.
It's going to take a while. Can you just help me? Let me do this. We're going to draw a little line here. And this is like the little edge of this ice cream sandwich, because we can start to see these ice cream sandwiches here. Okay. And I'm not really explaining it very good, but hopefully just the demonstration is useful. All right, and then I'm going to draw another one. Now, these are progressively getting a little bit smaller and still with the foreshortening.
Elle said Phonehenge.
Phonehenge, I like that. All right. That's pretty good. Now, there's, of course, a few stones that are at the top. So what I'm going to draw is I'm going to draw a line right here on this one. So I'm going to take these 4 in the middle and right there. Okay. And I'm going to draw kind of mostly a straight line to connect them. And then I'm going to draw another line in the middle here and another line in the middle of the top there, just like that.
I think people are trying to distract me.
I can tell. I can tell.
I love yours, Paul.
And fill in these bottom lines here. And then, of course, we'll put the tops and bottoms on these ice cream sandwiches with just this little thin border at the top and the little ones at the bottom. All right. Now, there are a bunch of different stones in here. I'm going to draw a small one down here that's on the opposite side of the circle. And we'll just shade that one in. And then I'm going to draw in some little grass. And how do we draw grass, Kim?
Oh, just squiggles.
Squiggles.
Mm-hmm.
Do people know what that is, squiggles?
Squiggles. Yeah, squiggles is a universal term. Mm-hmm.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
And then to make the ice cream sandwich illusion complete, we're going to draw
the dots.
Some rows of dots.
I wish we had a real one to be able to look at, but you ate it.
It's gone. The evidence is gone.
In front of everyone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So and they're kind of alternating dots, like so.
I kind of want to know who woke up this morning and was like, just by the end of the day, I just need to draw Stonehenge made out of ice cream sandwiches. This day will be complete when I finally have that down.
We aim to serve. We aim to please. We aim to educate.
It's a whole process here. You should see our outlines for these shows, you guys. The objectives we have for you.
It's very...
I mean, I was a former educator, so I know how to write these lesson plans. And we're talking pages, like a 20-page outline for one show to be able to say what all you guys are going to walk away with, right?
It's false. It's actually very, very extremely false.
Oh, that's like the perfect brown for this.
And it is a pretty good brown.
Yeah, especially with the purple. By the way, if our kids are not drawing, Lucy, Ben, and Roe, why did you not do that? And then if you did, which I hope to goodness that you did, I want you to email them to me immediately.
Where can they email them?
Yes, that can be sent over at kj@escapeadulthood.com. Actually, just text it to me for you guys. But you don't want to get in your email. Just text it over.
All right, so we're filling in these little final pieces here.
That looks pretty yummy.
Our little Stonehenge, and of course, we got to fill in the.
Jen Tackett says, "In my belly," right? I know. Who is going to go buy those this week, right? Who's buying ice cream sandwiches? For sure. And I have to say, he said, if you use triangles, it can become Stonehenge.
I'm glad that you're being entertained.
Oh,
thank you, Paul, for that.
You know.
All right, there we go.
Little things. I actually really like this like 10 times better now that it's colored. Not that I didn't like it before, but it really pops out.
We'll throw a little more.
And I'll be honest, I would have used bright white, but what's this color? You picked more of a cream.
It's a little creamy, a little bit more vanilla-y.
Yeah.
I guess you could say.
Yeah, I like it.
So we want to see what you guys come up with as we put in some grass. I'd love to see. I don't have time to really put in any kind of a sky, but of course you could. I might do something real quick.
I'm going to ask you a question that I totally know your answer of, but would you ever prefer to try an ice cream sandwich that is like flavored, like chocolate ice cream or mint?
I have.
I know, but I mean, what would if given the option between
equal opportunity?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I totally thought you'd be purist.
I like chocolate chip. We had chocolate chip the other day, and that was pretty good.
Neapolitan, right?
Neapolitan's good. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
So there we go. Little extra fun details there. Of course, we want to see your version of this Stonehenge. We want to see the little tweaks you add to it, the colors you adapt to it. I want to see how these turn out because there's a lot of room for playing around here.
I do not have texts from my children yet, so if you are watching, which I think you should be, I want to see these pop up. All right.
Well, last week we drew cowbell.
This is so cute.
Steven gave us a cowbell wearing spectacles, which is great.
It reminds
Love
me of
that.
him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's good.
that's very cute. Oh.
Martha with the
Cow.
cowbell.
I know.
Like that little twist.
I
It's
love
kind of
that.
cute.
Mm-hmm.
And what else we got here? Oh, yeah, Jennifer always incorporates Marty into
For
this.
Green Wonder Marty.
And yeah, she nailed this one. I like
I
that.
love the little notes in the background.
Mhm.
That's so cute
Yeah.
too.
And then
Love
we
it.
get them all the time. So like even if you just randomly drew one from the archive, because we have the entire playlist of almost 60 of these things now on our YouTube channel of all the Let's Draws. And if you randomly do one and send it to us, we might show that too. So a couple weeks ago we had Super Marty, and Kara did this one, which is too adorable to not.
He's like
include
levitating.
here.
He's like, got the little shake shimmy going. He's a big dreamer.
And of course, yeah, you alluded to it with Jennifer, but Kara has her little Wonder Marty in there, which is the little the colorful
Yes.
penguin. And how did they get those? Kim?
Yes, only in the Wonder and Whimsy Society do you get this little guy. And he's more of the adventurous type. So we invite you to take your Wonder Marty on adventures with you. And it looks like Kara's is quite a dreamer. And you can see the similarities. She did such a good job. Ours looks very similar to yours. The little purple guy
the one
here.
you got there.
But there's a variety of colors, but like at least, I don't know, 5 different
Which,
bellies.
that reminds me, one of the original ideas was if you meet up with other Wonder and Whimsy Society members in person, like
Right.
say at the Escape Adulthood Summit, which is coming up, that if you want to trade pieces and colors, I mean, I would always want to keep with whatever I got.
Okay.
Like I wouldn't want to be trading. But some people, you
Yeah,
do the
maybe he
trade, the
needs new
Disney
feet,
pins or
new
whatever. Like,
colored
I
feet or
want
new colored
yellow
beak.
feet, and I'll trade yellow feet for
Right.
red feet or whatever. So
Yeah.
keep in mind that if you want to bring your Wonder Marty along, if you are coming to the summit, you can do that. So,
Right.
all right. Well, let's. We got a really cool Adultitis Fighter to talk about tonight, and I'm excited for you guys. If you have not seen this artist, you're going to be blown away. All right, well, we just got a text from our son, or should I say your son, and he just said soon. He's working on it. That's good. Yes, Jody, you can do that. She's asking, can we really swap out our Martys? Yes, you can. Okay, so this week's meme was perfect. What really happened at Stonehenge? We finally have the answer. Is basically Angry Birds took out Stonehenge.
Oh, I see.
They were all
It took
plopped
me a
up.
second.
And then Angry Birds, and now this is what you got. I thought that was
That's
pretty clever. Mm-hmm. All right, so we wanted to shout out someone, Helga Stencil, who is a Russian-born artist who is based in London. And she works across a wide range of media, including illustration, photography, video, and stop-motion animation. But one of the things about her is instead of tossing an old pair of pants or a t-shirt, she puts her tired garments out to pasture.
Oh.
And she takes, this is clothes, you guys. This is one of her photographs, pieces of art. This is Smoothie. And this is just clothes on a clothesline. And her practice she calls household surrealism, which I love. And she said it's derived from her child in Siberia, where she spent hours surveying her grandmother's carpet, birch logs, and random objects for recognizable forms, including a stack of buckets resembling the Tower of Pisa. So here is Pegasus. This is a horse, and it's got these little clothespins there. Like, so awesome, right? Here's another one. Hang On. It's a polar bear.
Wow.
But then, so she's got some of these. And her website, I think Jenna, if she hasn't put that up there, she will. I think we have a link to her website so you can see all of her art. But then she's got, like take a look at this. Ben, this one's for you, buddy. It's corn, or is it?
Oh.
Or is it minifig heads?
That is so cool. Like it plays with your brain.
Right?
Yeah, I love that.
Pretty rad. And then how about Brad Pitt?
Oh, Brad Pitt. You know I love that.
I know. That's for you. So here's what Helga says, and this is great. She says, "To me, Household surrealism is about finding magic in the mundane, seeing beauty in imperfections, and connecting to our reality in a new way. I love noticing playful similarities. By the way, I've never met Helga. I would love to someday. I can only imagine that if she's Russian born and lives in London, she's got to have like the coolest accent of all time, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what a hybrid would be. I wonder if she's got more of the Russian accent or if she's taken on more of the London accent, if it's like snuck in there. I don't know. It's got to be awesome, but I digress. She says, I love noticing playful similarities, be it a sweater on a clothing line looking like a horse or a slice of bread resembling a dog's head. It's only the starting point, though. From this moment onward, the stories and visuals start buzzing in my head. What will this horse look like? What's her name and character? Does she like racing with other horses? The list goes on and on and on. I hope that my art will help people to connect with their inner child and rediscover the joy of savoring little visual delights in and outside their homes.
Wow.
Helga.
Talk about
we
wonder
salute you.
and whimsy, by the way.
Right?
I mean, being able to have your imagination come alive around the house. That's the part that's kind of like top level adultitis fighting. Right?
Yeah. What I loved about this, it reminded me a little bit, it fit in with the Stonehenge. Because I think, like, when I create my art, that's kind of what I do. Like, I look at Stonehenge, and I'm like, what does this look like to me? And so then, to me, it looked like ice cream sandwiches. Or I did one a while ago where macarons reminded me of UFOs, like spaceships. So I painted a macaron with a sucking up a tractor beam of a cow, right? A cow getting sucked up. And so there's a similar thinking. But then I thought of, like, your photography and the hearts and how you see hearts in different things. Kind of like how she said, I saw a dog's face in the piece of a bread. So
that's so cool.
Super good.
I think that's going to be an interesting invitation now. Like, as far as letting your imagination and creativity come alive in new ways. Like, I think both of us can relate to this in different ways, right?
Yeah. So I think there's a big opportunity for all of us there I'm inspired that she helps us to see the world in new ways. And that's what we're all about. Yeah. And super cool. So yeah, Jenna put up the website helgastencil.com. I can go back to her picture here, helgastencil.com. Check out her work. She has she has more stuff. You're going to love it. And you can get stuff on her store and all that stuff. So thank you for bringing more awesomeness into the world, Helga. We salute you and we appreciate you as an adultitis fighter. Super good. Okay, well, we talked a little bit about theories behind Stonehenge, and I'm putting out a challenge, team. I want to know what your off-the-wall theory about why Stonehenge exists. There's
could
some
be
room
interesting
for creativity here.
Yes.
And while we're waiting for those to come in,
wall.
what can they win, Kim?
Oh, yes, we do have a very comfortable gift card here. To our lemonade stand, where you will find all sorts of awesome things. And I think we have a few things with the Stonehenge art on it.
Yeah, we do. I think we have a t-shirt.
Yeah, I
thought so. There is a t-shirt with a Dr. Seuss quote on it, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's the one that I like, nonsense, it wakes up the brain cells.
Yeah.
I think that's one. I think we have a mug with this artwork on it
I
as
knew
well.
there's a few things. So if this artwork, is something that resonates with you, there's plenty of other things as well on our lemonade stand. But a few things with this one. And we'll get this $10 gift card out and get you a good start on something.
Yeah. So let's see what we got here. Paul says it is a flying saucer landing pad.
That's
I like
fun.
that. I think that's pretty good.
It?
Steven says it's an alien invasion.
Possibly.
That
actually could be real.
How about this from Wes? Giant paperweights.
Oh, that's good.
It could be. And then the paper just disintegrated over time, but the paperweights are still there.
Yeah. It's a lot of paper.
It was, I think what they wrote on there was the secret of life. The meaning of life was written on this paper.
Yep.
And they didn't want it to blow it away, but...
Didn't think through the rain.
Sorry. How about a prototype of Lego?
Ooh, nice.
Ben, did you notice I said Lego, not Legos? Lego nerds here.
Yep. Lego is the plural of lots of Lego.
How about I like this one from Helena. Baby giants building blocks.
Oh, babies. A baby giant.
Baby giant. This is the first set of dominoes right there. I like that. Maybe for giants.
Yeah?
Everything is the giants. Giant dominoes.
Could be.
Martha says it's a sheep pen. Yep.
If you've been here for the whole show, that will make more sense.
Alice says so you can dial home from space. It's like a touch tone phone.
Yes. The little buttons.
Yep. It's good. Yeah. Who said that they fell down? Maybe that they were supposed to be in that, configuration.
Yeah, that's true.
No.
Yeah.
More fake news for you, I guess. I always go to time travel because of Outlander. And then more giant stuff. Giant's fire pit.
Ooh,
giant
nice.
Fire pit. It's good. What else? Wow, we got some good ones coming in. First amphitheater. Well, we may have learned that, at least for the people who are in the inner circle.
It's like the Red Rock Theater.
How about this from Doreen? It's an open concept jail. It's like, open office, open jail. That's clever. I like that.
I love it.
Another domino tower from Giants.
I like that.
Beginnings of a Giants campfire.
I kind of take Tracy's intuition a little bit more seriously.
She was there.
Yeah. So, maybe.
Was that in European Vacation with Chevy Chase where I think they backed into it with the car and then
the wagon.
Created,
Which, little known fact, we have ridden in that wagon.
We have.
Yeah.
The family truckster was at our house.
The exact one. I know.
So,
long story.
There's some weird perks about fighting adultitis that sometimes the family family truckster, is that what it is? Comes to your house. Even had the leash on the back. That was good. How about a giant bowling alley from Mary Beth Updike?
Just I can see it. You can just get it right down there.
Yep.
I'd go right through. I wouldn't knock any over.
Split, yep.
Right.
The original doorway to Narnia.
Oh, that's good.
Christy Ward, first prototype of a Ferris wheel. Needs some work, right? Everything basic, right?
Right.
Kind of like the first wheels were made out of stone, not as good, right? Practice racetrack. Here we go. Practice racetrack for weaving in and out of traffic.
Nice.
Very boring merry-go-round. Possibly an ancient TARDIS from Doctor Who.
Nice.
Yes, very, very good. Very, very way to step up to the plate, you guys.
One,
I'm impressed. Kara says that she is thinking, we get up there, a giant serving of nachos.
No, I just want to know, are you just thinking about that?
Yeah, or
are you thinking this could be it?
Like, yeah.
Either one, right? Both and yes.
Well, keep those coming in. We always pick our... By the way, I always forget to write. Who was our person from last week? Do you remember? Let me see if I can pull this out.
Oh, look. You should show them our
one.
notes from all these shows.
Oof. Stacking up.
Thick.
Cynthia Sam McCarthy was our winner.
I'm glad you mentioned
and we
that.
had a hard time
Yes,
finding
we had a
her.
hard time. So the lucky, fun thing about Facebook is that if you're not Facebook friends, if you send a message, it goes into some weird mailbox. So that our message to you is in that weird mailbox that you're never going to see. But maybe she's watching this.
Yes, or if you know who she is, let
Cynthia.
her know that we've got
What were her last names?
McCarthy.
McCarthy.
Cynthia
Okay.
McCarthy. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't see her in the comments tonight, but maybe she'll watch the replay.
Or maybe someone knows who she is.
Yes.
And
so she won.
And finally here, Martha says it is the ruins of a pasta swimming pool, or possibly the first fort ever built.
Hey,
it does kind of look like couch
historical,
cushions,
right? I know.
But
Love it.
stone, right? All right, you guys. Well, it has been a blast being with you tonight. Just a reminder, if you are not following along of our adventures as an insider, please do so. It's free to sign up at escapeadulthood.com/insider. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. No, just kidding. We have some big news coming out. The Wonder and Whimsy Society doors are opening for a very brief window of time. We're almost at a year, so we're going to be moving into year number 2.
Hard to imagine. Yes.
Yeah. So if you're not already a member and you want to learn more about that, become an insider so you can be alerted to when the doors open. And I don't know. Anything else we need to share tonight?
I think I'm allowed to say this, but on next week's show, no matter where we're at, even if we're in the car, you guys, we're going to do some drawings.
Yes,
right?
we are. Yes, we are.
For
I'm
Wonder
looking
Whimsy.
at prizes right now.
So if you are a
some
Wonder
of
Whimsy
which-
Society member, you got some little tickets. Keep them handy and show up live because we will be drawing even from the car. We're going to pack our tickets in case we don't make it back in time.
I am looking at the prizes as
they're
we
epic.
speak, and some of them you literally can't get anywhere else. They're one-of-a-kind things, and they're pretty rad. So, so that is it for this show. We will see you next week somewhere. I'm not sure where it will be. But that is it for this show. Until next time, Adultitis Fighters.
Shine on, spread whimsy, and be awesome.